Well, what's up, Alphas? It's your boy, Alphas, man. I see you, Alphas, in the building. This was Daredevil, episode 5 and episode 6. We gotta watch a fellow Alpha do his thing in the Hell's Kitchen, New York area with cameos. You know what I'm saying? We had to do that. So for 1 second, you in the comments, can you take 1 second to comment and give your boy a zam? And of course, we are joined with the one, the only legendary man himself, Munray. How you doing today, Munray?
What's up? It's your boy, formerly known as the Munray. And this is an interesting week. It's an interesting week. I can say that. Definitely interesting.
Yes, we had two really good episodes to me. More so episode 6 if you into that, but a cool thing happened in episode 5. We're gonna start off with that. So let's start off with what the cool thing that happened. Kamala Khan's dad.
I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. It was this episode 5 was like an intermission. I think it's the best way I can describe. Oops. That's the best way I can describe it. It's just like an intermission episode. It was an episode. It didn't have a lot of, at least on the surface, not a lot of crazy stakes. Didn't have a lot of, this means dad, a lot of ulterior motive planning and all that kind of stuff other than what Matt did. It was just a fun episode. Give you a little bit of break before episode 6 comes up and we throw like 5 different plot threads in your face. So it's like, it was a good con when they gave a little fun cameo, Kamala Khan's dad. Just mentioning my girl, Miss Marvel. Shout out to her in California. So, just like.
As we can confirm is after the Marvels now.
I mean, her being in California confirms Marvels. I don't know. I was just getting. I'm not asking.
Okay. She said they had a group thing, so I'm just putting out there. I think isn't that going to be the Young Avengers initiative?
Either that or just she's just somewhere with Miss Marvel somewhere. He just saying she's
after the Marvels. So,
but yeah, either way, it's probably after the Marvels. Yeah, probably makes sense.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm good with it. At least they helping to narrow down some timeline.
And what happened in the episode is it was a bank robber. He was in the bank. He meets the father, who is the assistant manager at the bank of Kamala Khan, who mentioned they're from Jersey City. He goes to New York for his job, which we kind of found out in the show. But the main purpose of the show was to go through the bank robbery. Matt does his Matt thing. And then ultimately we get to this scene where he puts a mask on and beats up the guy who gets away by pretending to be a cop. Which I don't know what happens though, boy, but it doesn't matter.
I mean, he didn't get away.
He just whooped his ass in the street and left him down. Like,
yeah, believe me, he broke that leg. He ain't going anywhere. Like, he ain't going nowhere. He's stable right now. He ain't going anywhere. He's just waiting to get found.
Yeah, so we like I said, it was mostly to get him into a situation where he has to be a vigilante to help people escape. So it made him go back, which leads into episode 6. Like he said, it was an intermission episode, but it was an intermission episode for a reason. I felt like it was an intermission episode to get him to get to that point. So I do appreciate that episode. I know we ain't spent a lot of time on it, but I might give a little more of a detailed thing tomorrow. But
if people want to look at it, just like it's an intermission episode that gave us a fun cameo, and for the purposes of the story, it's like Zale says, it really just got us to where Matt is like that itch of being a vigilante just got really, really strong over the course of the episode. Like, I can still do good. I still can do this. That itch got really, really good. And of course, shout out to the Golden Candy switcheroo. That was just that was a good thing. That was slick. I like this song.
My man was shook. But then we get in episode 6, the big episode in which we mostly here to talk about. Even though these episodes appeared longer, but that credit scene was very long. So it ended up being way shorter than we thought. But we get our man Fisk as one part of this show.
Episode. Oh boy.
And we get Matt, who at the same time, simultaneously, I love the way they're doing this storytelling, in which you see them go from they wanting to be changed to, as you can see, them switching up. From the beginning, at the beginning, when the little girl comes up to him, tells him the story about, oh, they ain't gonna do nothing, we got to do it ourselves. To Fist getting threatened by old boy, who like, I ain't giving you shit. And you like, make
It's
it
like, oh,
2.8 million.
that's how you
Make it
feel it?
1.8 million is for what you owe. 1 million is for me. And I'm like, okay.
Oh,
Call it.
that's how you feel it? Yeah. You feeling that kind of froggy? Oh, okay. Okay. You feeling that kind of froggy? Okay, sir.
But I absolutely did adore the simultaneous growth between both characters they doing throughout the show and how it's happening at the literal same time.
Yeah,
What
that's
they
something
doing?
that they're sticking with. That's something they're sticking with is continuously showing us this comparison between the two of them, these opposite ends of the spectrum, but they're very similar to each other in the way they're going about it. From the first episode, where one is looking from above, one is looking from below, and just one's feeling like he's on top of the world, and the other one feeling like he's about at the bottom of the barrel, and they're just going simultaneously with each other. One is finding himself again in a good way, and one is
Finding himself
succumbing to
again.
the darkness
He
again.
find himself in a bad way.
Also, rest in peace. I think I forgot his name. It's not Adam. Might be Adam, but rest in peace. My boy got his head bashed in and put through a stone wall. Like, I'm sorry. That just painful no matter how you look at it. I'm sorry, bro. You ain't deserved it. Like, I'm sorry, man. Like, you just met random female and you decided to be a sneaky link, a little side piece.
You picked the
And
wrong
I
person.
didn't.
This
That
can't be a
fact,
big look to everybody. You
for the
cannot.
purposes of morality, this is why you don't be side pieces to married people, because it could end with your head getting put through a stone slab. So just take it as an end. Yeah.
Oh, that look at the end.
That's
He looked
that
so
boy.
satisfied at the end. Am I right? He
He
looked
looked
so
like
satisfied.
he looked like he just took that first. Not just the first. We ain't gonna put it into no kind of negative stereotype. He looked like he just took the first bite of the best tasting ice cream he's ever had in life. Like, oh my gosh, he is in pure euphoria right now. You
He like,
can't tell him nothing.
my man, like it been 2 years since I whooped somebody. It's like, damn, I needed this.
He's like, boy, I am in Wu-Sai mode right now. Like, you can't tell me nothing. Boy, a bomb can go off right now. And he just like, hey, it is what it is.
And while he's doing that, my boy is whooping on Muse right now. He is whooping on Muse with he ain't got the beard shaped up yet. He still ain't fully there, but it's loose out here. But he whooped on Muse and saved the little girl, so he got a chance to save future White Tiger, as we call.
Now, let's go ahead and be real. Like, I would figure, that, little girl and people in this story would learn to be smarter as the story goes on. Apparently, that's not true. Because I pointed this out earlier, like, why are people being so dumb? Like they were voting Vince back in the city when they clearly saw that he was a corrupt person and all that. Now we go back to little girl. Little girl, I don't know what possessed you. If you a future White Tiger, you ain't showing good potential. I don't know what possessed you to be like, it's a good idea for me to just go into the boroughs of the subway of New York City by myself and just look for like, come on now, bro. Like, what did you really expect to
To be fair,
find?
she did ask for help first.
She asked Matt. I get it.
You
Matt is like probably the only.
you
It's the
do
only
ask a
person you
blind
feel like you
lawyer
can
to help
trust.
you.
I
Even though
get it. Matt probably like the only person she feel like she can trust. I get it. I really do. And even Matt's like, I understand why you don't want to go to police because they killed you. But let's keep it a beam for a second. Girl, what did you expect to find? Like, you're in the
she
borough
found
of one of the most dangerous parts of New York City, in the subway, in the back part, in the tunnels of the subway tunnels, by yourself at any time at night. It's late at night or whatever time it is, it's nighttime. And you was like, I'm just gonna go look for what did you really expect to find? You thought, oh, I'm gonna be in one of these movies, I'm gonna find something cool, I'm gonna take a picture of it and show it to. Come on now, bro. Like, what did you really expect to find? Even to that extent, what did you really expect Matt to do? But just, oh my God. I'm tired of people in this story being stupid. Like, there's no justification for you thinking that was a good idea. And she was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go look for like, man. Oh my God. Like, and you supposed to be a future white tiger. Girl, you gotta grow up and get about 30 IQ points really, really quick. And I mean like
Very
street
old.
IQ, not book sense, because she was able to figure out that, her dad was looking for something. Cool. You got the book smart. You need to figure out some street smarts real quick, like before you ever put on that white amulet. I promise. My God.
We did. Welcome to Nico Williams, the legend himself, the best on the mic. That guy right there.
Hello.
How you doing there, Nico?
Fresh off of episode 2. I see where you're starting at here. I see where I jumped in at. Okay, proceed,
How do you feel about episode 5 before we go to episode 6?
Five being the heist.
Yes. Right now we're on episode 6, but how do you feel about
it? I just thought it was interesting, and for a second there I did get confused about how did the diamond get back into the bag, and I was like, oh well, I mean there was a flashbang. It wouldn't be that hard to just throw it back in the bag while all that stuff is going on when he said catch. So I'm sure they weren't paying attention. So that was the only thing that really got me. But I guess it was just I guess it was showcasing Daredevil's abilities and his hearing and all that type of stuff, and good for him. And I guess that was nice filler episode and give you some warm and fuzzies about, ooh, Miss Marvel. All right, cool. They're connected.
But they all live in the same. I'm like, why is there no superheroes nowhere else? Why are they all in New York? Like, listen, I'm pretty sure there's other people need to be saved around the country.
The mayor only cares about Hell's Kitchen. Dude, you're the mayor of New York. All you care about is Hell's. There's more crime going on.
But as we found out, by the way, I did like the fact that Muse made a mural of Kingpin. To let everybody know, I'm a crazy motherfucker, and I love this crazy motherfucker too. He just stares at it and becomes more Kingpin as he looks at it. Because he get reminded that this dude don't respect me. He like, you out the game, old man. All right, bet. All right, bet.
Yeah, I actually had to read up on him real quick. Like, all right, who is like, because he doesn't have dialogue. It's all straight up action at this point. And it's like, at first you like, is he another vigilante? He's like, nah, he's a mass murderer. He's just trying to collect people for paint.
Yeah, that's who basically who he is. and as I said last week, he's a Inhuman, but I don't know if they're gonna actually do that on this show. But he is an Inhuman, but the story's going along with the comic book for anybody that don't know. As Joe was talking about, my man was in Euphoria after he whooped that ass. He was in Euphoria after he whooped that ass. Joe, you ever been so? That man was like, I did that shit.
Yeah, man. It also gave us a glimpse into how, because like I said, right now he looks like a weak older man in a sense, kind of just a little bigger. But
when he whooped over
yeah, that's like just the first time he felt like Kingpin to me.
I did like the fact that in the show they admitted it had been a few weeks since the Hector thing and everything, and he gained weight. My suits don't fit no more.
Yeah, like, okay, what we doing? All right, we about to make him actually be Kingpin. Is that what we doing? Are we putting him back in that, like, I do got super strength, I'll be just tossing people around. I can go hands up with Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think they tried to emphasize that once he got by his daughter, Echo, that he kind of went soft and then lost weight and shit. So I think they like he getting back to it. I think that's what they're trying to put out there in this episode. But
so Echo is see, I didn't watch that series. So
his adopted daughter. It's an adopted daughter.
Okay, but I mean that's the series though, right? Echo.
Yeah. Well, we found out about his adopted daughter from Hawkeye, and I think she from Hawkeye. Yeah, because she came back from something. I forget what she did.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch a lot of those.
You don't have to watch Echo. It's awful.
I'm gonna watch it on the strength. I mean, if they're gonna mention her, and this is a big character development point for Kingpin, and I mean for Mr. Wilson Fisk, I think
just watch Hawkeye. You can skip it.
That's hard enough for me to watch Hawkeye. I haven't even watched that.
Hawkeye was decent, but
Hawkeye was solid. It was solid.
I had to go back and watch it.
But like I was saying, I love the dynamic of putting them side by side, and at the end of the episode, he became Daredevil. He called the police, and they put him through the woman like, "Hello, it's the operator." And he's like, "You know what? This gonna take all day." And that little girl over there with that crazy motherfucker. So let me go handle this. So F it. F it. Let me go handle this real quick. And at the same time, Kingpin kept getting disrespected. So he took it on a man that slept with his wife, and he gave that man an axe and walked out the cave and said, "My childhood, I used to be 3-on-1 with people bigger than me. That's how I learned how to fight. So I'm gonna give you an advantage. I'm bigger than you. Here's an axe. Use that. You give a man an axe and then
I think actually he when he did that motivational speech with the cops, I think he kind of like motivated himself too. He was like, you know what? Hey, I'm that nigga because I just got the light skinned Idris Elba from Chicago to just handle my bit, like he about to handle my light work.
Yeah, my man went out there and got a police force of criminal police officers. They ain't got no body cam, which I'm pretty sure is a federal crime to not have body cams. So I don't know how he gonna get away with that.
Don't worry about all that.
They can do whatever they want. They can handle it the way they need to handle it. This is my city. I'm overseeing it.
This show does involve a lawyer, so.
Hey, and then the therapist like, "Can I meet Frank Castle?" He like, "You want to meet Frank Castle?" He is insane. By the way, I didn't like the fact they kept mentioning Frank Castle with people with masks. And I'm like, Frank Castle does not wear a mask. That's how you know his name. Because he does not wear a mask. He runs around with a skull on his shirt and just murders people.
I'm Frank Castle, and I've been through some stuff, and I'm gonna let y'all know it.
You literally know his name. I don't know if Monray is back right now. Monray, you got anything to say about what we talked about so far? Oh, he's still having computer problems.
Single male lawyer is what we call him, Monray, if you will. But yeah, I mean, we get some. Oh man, did you already get into the whole Kingpin versus the Society of Owls?
So,
like, nigga, we're rich. We don't give a damn about. We don't care about none of that stuff you used to do.
What you used to do? You used to. That's another thing in the disrespect. Y'all ain't even thug. You just make one call, my boy. We make one call. Your life hell. Kingpin like
he said you make one phone call, that little mayor's mansion you living in. We get your ass up out of there.
And I don't think they know who they dealing with.
Is that a threat? No, that's a warning.
I don't think they know who he is. Rich people get cocky, but I don't think they know.
They do. They said this ain't about cement shoes and garros around the neck. We know what type of person this bigger than that. This bigger than that street stuff you're trying to do. And we know why you want that port, so you can get more drugs into the city. We understand. And you want to use our money to do it? Nah, you got to understand who really got the power here.
It's gonna whoop that.
Okay, go at it, man. Let him go at some rich people, man. You better off. He got
unlimited police force on his side that dedicated to him in the front.
I don't know if the rich people come together and say we got money. How much are you real? How much power does Kingpin really have? He ain't got unlimited.
No, these are killers with Punisher tattoos on them. They ain't right. They ain't right.
We might not be able to. You might not be able to pay them off, but you can make sure that the police force and the world's greatest detectives take these dudes off the street. What you talking about?
You better go get Spider-Man. Help y'all.
And that's why, like, honestly, not.
Is Kingpin trying to get the police to whoop Spider-Man?
I think So when I first saw them cops put
They
together,
better not remember Frank Castle.
when I first seen them cops come together, you know who I first thought about when I was looking at them?
What?
I said, man, is Silver Sable somewhere lurking? I was thinking about Silver Sable.
They got a lot of vigilantes. Miss Marvel wouldn't be considered vigilante since she's part of like
Neighborhood Crime
government.
Watch, or because she's like an Avenger, kind of.
She's like in a young Avenger group with the government, technically.
I don't know. Did they ever resolve that? Because it sounds like to me.
Well, it sounds like
they didn't really resolve it.
Me and Monte were talking about it in the show. They were like, she's in California with a group. So I'm assuming that's the young Avenger. Why would she be in California, not home? Well, me and my raisers are like, we don't know if it's the Miss Marvel group, Captain Marvel group, or the Young Avengers, but she with a group that I'm pretty sure works with the government. One of them two work with the government. That's what her dad explained. So I'm assuming it's one.
And I mean, he kept on alluding to the fact that she might not be coming back. So I'm guessing whatever happened in that movie, she got into it with her pops or something, because he was like, yeah, and also meeting that Kamala or Kamala girl, your daughter Kamala. And he's like, yeah, Kamala. Like, and it was like, okay, yeah, it sounded like to me like she's not.
Then he bragged about being Miss Marvel and shit, so I don't know.
Do they know her to be Miss Marvel? Or I know her family knows she's Miss Marvel. But...
yeah, Joe, the whole world know now. She was on TV.
Oh shit.
She was with reporters and shit at the end of the show. I don't know if they know her, but they know Miss Marvel. But her dad told them anyway. So I don't know.
Man, how that show just go from India to like the middle of Manhattan? I mean, the middle of Jersey City.
That's where they live. But
well, we got a whole bunch of fun facts about Jersey City. It's a part of Ellis Island. I didn't know that. Or Ellis Island is a part of it. We didn't know that. And I didn't know Jersey City existed, honestly. Never heard of it until that day.
Jersey City is over by the water. But this episode, I love this episode. The dynamic. Me and Mom, fortunately, Mama, before he left, we was getting into it, talking about it, discussing it. So y'all did get Monroe's perspective. I might do a show tomorrow with more detail, but this is just a reaction and how we feel about it. Tomorrow I'll get all the little details and stuff. So, but
yeah,
I love the dynamic of Fisk and Matt side by side, growing into the character they meant to be and has always been, but tried to fake like they didn't want that no more throughout the first few episodes. And as the show got on, one was guilted into becoming back a superhero, and the other one was kind of, they were trying to treat him like he was soft, and he was not going for it.
Oh, something else in episode 4 or 5, rather, whichever one, the bank robbery. He broke that dude. Hold on. First of all, I got two problems. My first problem is like, okay, dude, you broke that dude's leg.
His leg gone.
Secondly, what I want to ask here, I gotta be careful when I ask this question. Why he be getting his ass beat? Aren't you superhuman strength? That is just a regular ass run of the mill dude from Ireland. And yeah, like he was really I get it. He is very impressive for someone who is blind. Yes, I get it. That is very impressive. But he really be getting his ass beat a little bit, man.
No, he always get his ass beat. That's kind of the thing. He don't have superhuman strength. He just got like enhanced other senses.
Like I thought he had like superhumanish strength, but also it's like, man, this dude remind me of Terry McGinnis, man.
He lost one sense and just have enhanced other senses.
Okay. I thought I could have. I mean, in canon, I believe he has super strength due to that, but I guess I could be wrong.
He might have a little more strength than a normal human, but I don't think he has.
Okay, so that guy's a normal human. She's like, why you be getting whooped, bro? He really
he has intelligence, martial arts mastery, agility, acrobat, peak human speed. It don't say.
Oh, speaking of which, I read about Muse that he had super speed to where like Daredevil isn't even able to really sense him in Blindside or something like that. I guess that's a thing.
Yeah, he has superhuman reflexes and all that, but he doesn't have like super strength. That's not listed as one. Most of it's like learning. He could easily learn martial arts and shit and all that.
Y'all gonna make me look up. Y'all gonna make me Google or ask Chat GPT if Matt Murdock can see how powerful would he be? Is he Omega level?
No, he's regular level.
You know he's street level, no matter what.
He did really smart. So shout out to Matt. But yeah, he get whooped. First off, he blind, so it's kind of like, yo, I'm peak athletic abilities in every way of a human being. Not superhuman, just peak human level. But I can't see, so sometimes I get punched.
Now I'm a catch when you try and hit me with a blunt object. I am gonna catch that blunt object
because you can hear it. But other than that,
that's a bat. I can grab that.
But I'm pretty sure that when something like heavy is swung, he can feel it come up from the air. Because, like I said, touch is a heightened sense. So he can like, oh, a weapon, because he's using something real heavy to pick up. Or when a fist comes toward him, he probably can feel it when the wind or something shifts. Like I said, he's really sensitive to other stuff like feel and touch and smell, hearing. So he can like tell somebody walking up on him. Which kind of makes it hard to sneak up on him if you can just hear a nigga sliding there or hear his heartbeat and shit. Nigga walk up on you, you hear a heartbeat. The fuck you behind me? How did you know, blind man? I can hear your heart, motherfucker. Like, oh. Doom, 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 doom. That nigga hearing all kind of heartbeats in episode 5. I was trying to give Murray a chance to come back, but I don't know if he's gonna have a chance. So I think we might just end it here because that's how we feel. How you feel about episode 6? Episode 6 is really good. We got 3 more episodes: 7, 8, and 9.
7, 8, and 9, and they're gonna hit us with a 2-piece. What's next for Marvel? What's after Daredevil? Because y'all moving right along, brothers.
Fantastic Four. Oh, Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts.
Oh, Thunderbolts is up. Yeah,
it's Thunderbolts. Then it's Ironheart. And
so
then
Thunderbolts comes out May 2nd. So so you said we got 3 more weeks.
Yeah. So we got like a week off, and then Thunderbolt. And then I think shortly after it will be Riri will be here.
Yeah, so I'm going to go see Snow White.
Unico will give you a review this week on Snow White.
It's gonna be completely unbiased. Ain't gonna be no woke talk. Ain't gonna be no unwoke talk. Ain't gonna be no right, no left. I'm just gonna tell you if it's a good movie or not, or if that chick got a real weird face. I know that. No offense. It's just like she's giving. What's that king, that prince name in Shrek? No.
For what?
It's giving it like they square. Like, no offense. I mean, man, nothing wrong with. I grew up with Gumby.
Monte, are you available, or is it you're still not connected?
Can I be heard?
Yeah, you can be heard now.
Okay, basically the only thing I can chime in now, the only thing I've been wanting to say this whole time anyway, is like I think it's about the right time for this. Going forward, I think now we can start looking at glimpses of end goals and everything. Fist got what he wanted. He got what he wanted, which is this anti-vigilante task force. So essentially, he's finna declare war on Daredevil anyway, because, you know, we have to remember the promise him and Fist made in the beginning of the show was like, you know, Fist, if you be back on your bullcrap, I'm gonna have to come after you. And then, you know, Fist is like, hey, if you go back to that vigilante stuff, I'm gonna have to come after you. So basically, they just came around full circle. Fist is back on that murdering spree bullcrap because he just off at him. And to be fair, he tried to justify himself on killing him. He's like, here's his axe. That way I can claim self-defense. So we know he did. Like, he justified it himself. He's like, bro, I killed him because he tried to come in with an axe. Whatever. But, and I'm talking about in his mind, not in reality. But, unfortunately, like, now they're doomed to go back at each other because Fist got this anti-vigilante task force, and once the glimpse, the word of Daredevil reappearing is over with. Fist gonna be like, all right, I already know it's Matt. I'm finna go straight at him. He already knows him. And then at the second, now Fist might be a little harder to pick up because nobody's gonna really know that Adam. I mean, you know, nobody to know Adam been missing this whole time, or at least has reported it. So it's gonna be a little hard to figure Fisk out that he's back on his bull. But once this anti-vigilante task force gets a whiff of Daredevil, it's over with. So they're destined, and this is probably around the time I'm finna start looking for help because at this point, what's going on is enough to where I don't feel like Matt can deal with this on his own. Like the anti-vigilante task force, like it's commissioned by the mayor. It's legal, even though they're gonna be. I mean, as soon as Fitz said no body cams, I'm like, oh, okay, this finna be some shady stuff going down. I already no body cams. You got the most questionable members of the police task force, people that's been doing out of pocket stuff and going too far the whole time. Give them no body cams and free reign to kill vigilantes. Okay, I see how this finna go. So it's about to be open war on vigilantes. And then, of course, Muse escaped. Like, Matt didn't finish him and he didn't catch him. Muse escaped. So Muse is still out there. Daredevil's back. And it's an anti-vigilante task force. Oh, okay. I see how this finna be. It's finna be open season.
And we got a joke on the Court of Owls.
I don't know about Court of Owls, but I mean, at this point, I'm finna start looking for other vigilantes to show up because they've mentioned a lot.
We talking about the rich people who threaten.
I was making an aside to like, these gathering of rich people is the Court of Owls. And
I mean, you're right, because they hit the ball. I'm like, did y'all forget Fitz is a crime lord? He don't care about y'all money. He'll kill you. I'm just like, that little white lady that came up and be like, yeah, you know all this. I'm like, baby girl, you bold. I get you got money.
I like how everybody know he's kingpin and they don't care. They just vote him.
They don't care.
Crazy.
My money is bigger than your crime shit, bro.
I'm like, do y'all not realize Fitz has killed rich people before? Like,
not to this level. We talking about New York's elite. You think Kingpin really gonna get them knocked off? And people that's already working for the richest people in town, I'm gonna stop doing.
He gonna kill them. Kingpin.
They gonna. I mean, like, but
I'm gonna stop.
You didn't watch original. They gonna die. You don't threaten.
I mean, like, to be fair, I don't know. I'm about to say, like, in original Daredevil, Fitz had money. Like, so rich people didn't
like that.
I don't know how they. No. To be fair, I don't know how like that they are either. Like, if they're just traditional millionaires, like
Tony Stark. Oh, they not Tony Stark.
No, I'm saying, like, if they just traditional millionaires, Fitz don't care about that. Fitz just literally told the dude, "Hey, you owe me an extra $1 million just for shits and giggles." Well, he don't care about they random millionaire money. He'll kill them anyway. So, like, if they ain't on, like you said, Tony Stark level billionaires, people like you literally can't touch, which I don't really feel like none of them are like it. Like, y'all up here sitting here with the mayor of New York, nah, y'all ain't on that level. So
somebody got to show me that big.
Tony Stark had a building. Tony Stark had a giant building in the middle of a city with Thor hanging in that bit.
I'm just like, I know they ain't on Tony Stark level. I'm like, they don't like the level of, hey, we good sponsors, we all got millions, we work for rich people and all that kind of stuff. We in New York's elite. And Fitz is like, I killed the last bunch of New York's elite. They were working for me. Like, why do I care what you got to say? So I know Fitz is like,
I think everybody thinking Fitz sweet lately because he been out. He been soft.
No. Hold on. Let me this. Okay. Can the owner of the Knicks be touched by Kingpin?
Yes.
What? Oh, that's how y'all feel.
So Madison Square Garden, Kingpins, dog.
That's how y'all
feel. Like Kingpin would have stocks in Madison Square Garden. Like, yes, he would.
He can touch. You think he can touch the owner of?
I ain't talking about no think. It ain't no think. It ain't no think. He would.
Can touch
Tony Stark,
5 billionaires.
Tony Stark. We talking about Tony Stark and Elon. Hard. That's the level we talking about. The other dudes.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, ain't that?
That's Jerry Jones versus Elon, dog. Elon different than Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones we touch. Elon got like robot armies and shit.
Okay, hold on. Let's switch it up. Could Kingpin touch Jerry Jones?
Yes.
Oh wow. Yes. Okay, y'all niggas stretching.
Like, no.
This is Dawson Reach, bro.
No.
You try to tell me King?
It's another. It's an opposite fear.
Like, no, like look,
people hate Dallas Cowboys.
No, like I forget it. This is a spoiler to anybody that hasn't watched the original Daredevil. But you watching this one, then you shouldn't care about this anyway. In the past Daredevil, Fitz was in jail and controlled the entire police force, most of the courts of New York City, and the people who were supposed to be monitoring him. He controlled all of them. The only reason he was sitting in jail was for semantics, like just for like the image that he was back there, and literally walked out of jail. Mind you, he had like a life sentence. This man literally walked out of jail regularly and did whatever the freak he wanted to do. Met up with like a whole contingent of people around a round table that were all filthy, stinking rich, and murdered half of them because he had the police force under his control. Like, man, please.
We tell you that he's more dangerous than Penguin. I'm telling you.
And this also, I respect to like, I respect to. All respect to the owner of the Knicks. I'm not saying this like for any kind of harm or anything nature towards him, but just
We're
like for
talking about
example, if
keeping
like
the
the
character
owner
of
of a
the league.
basketball team was in New York City, he would literally be under Fist's supervision because Fist would control half of his security, half of the area that he would be going in, the hotel that he would be staying in. Fist would know all of it. Like there's not nothing that would happen in that city that Fist wouldn't be able to control. Now this is back in the original Daredevil. Now he's trying to do everything legit. Original Daredevil Fist didn't even squat. He controlled all of
Oh,
New
he's
York.
nice now because his daughter shot him, bro. He been on those hiatus.
Like
Bad.
Fist controlled New York. So like if anything went in and out of New York, Fist controlled it. It don't matter how rich they were, who they were, it didn't really make a difference.
Probably mad he can't get cash because she worked for the government.
It took Matt 2 seasons to get to this man legitimately. It took him 2 seasons.
Yeah, man. To go through. You had to fight police.
And Matt was a lawyer. Matt had status. He was a lawyer.
They said
Didn't
that's
matter.
like that. That's like that Key and Peele skit where he was rapping and the interrogation, and then they said, "You got all that, but yeah, you ain't got nothing." You gotta have that boy to
When I say the police
ain't
was
got
bringing
nothing.
him steaks and Joe into the cell, and he just with a napkin.
Man, if I'm working for the New York City Department of Corrections, shit, I need an extra couple dollars my damn self for sure. You getting a steak,
Now,
Mr. Fisk? I'm
I'm
talking
telling
about
you,
the
the
elite.
only reason people talking to him crazy because they think he went fully legit. If he
Okay.
if he
Yeah,
was
that's
still under,
that's
if he
the
was
only
under
reason.
Kingpin,
We don't care about your garros and we don't care about your cement shoes.
I promise you, like none of this, old Fist, none of this would have mattered to him. Fist would have went rampage on the city himself.
they wouldn't have made it out that building if they would have told him that. That's why they believed. That's why they thought he could do it because he said that he didn't do nothing.
I mean, but it's also on the other part of like, you gotta remember in the original Daredevil, Fist wasn't even known. Like he was almost like Voldemort. He was almost like he who must not be named. Nobody knew his name. They just knew it was a kingpin that ran New York. Nobody knew what he looked like. Nobody knew his name. Nobody had any ties to him. Anybody that mentioned his name was killed. He was essentially like Voldemort in that city until Matt and like eventually worked himself out. It was that bad. So when we say like, the owner of NBA teams or whatever, if they entered New York, Fitz would have access to them in some way.
Okay.
Like he would get to them if he wanted to. And it was that bad. It was that bad. But I tell you, it took 2 seasons. And when I say these ain't like short seasons, the original seasons of Daredevil are like somewhere between 10 to 20 episodes. Not like this. It took that man 2 seasons to get his hands on Fist. 2 seasons.
Well, this is technically 18. It's part 1 and part 2. So
I thought it was gonna be part 1 of this.
No, it's part 1 and 2. They already filming the second half.
Oh.
I'm just saying, like, bro, it took them that long. It took this man that long to get to this man. It was wild. Wild.
Fisk is wild. That's why that show was so good.
It was wild.
That show was great.
Like, so it's the one thing, like, like it ain't they just the city of New York, which is one of the biggest cities in the world. It was ran by Fist. Like it was. So if anything went in and out of that city, or just a part of it, Fist had a hand in it. It was so like when we said like like
Fisk, Jessica Jones, they all got to fight Fisk together.
It was crazy.
Hey man, man, what Luke Cage gonna do about this? What he gonna do about this?
Like I remember in the original show, it was funny. Fist literally went to jail and ran to jail like 3 days later. Like he ran to jail. Like it was enemy ops in there. It was enemy groups and gangs and all that kind of stuff. That man ran to jail in 3 days. Even with an op that directly knew him and hated him and ran to jail before him, man ran to jail in 3 days.
What are you finna do?
He ran to jail in 3 days.
That's like my boy from Invincible, old Cecil Stedman. They dropped him.
By the way, I wonder if they're gonna do like the comic book, because so far it's been like the comic book. But if it goes like the comic book, the first person Fist going for his task force will go after the Punisher, because Daredevil is not known fully to be back yet.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody knows.
Like he ain't been seen. He said that little girl, and she probably ain't gonna say nothing yet. So that means next episode he probably gonna go after Frank Castle, because Frank Castle is probably the most accessible, because people don't really know who Spider-Man is, and Frank Castle go by his real name.
It depends. They're either gonna go out, like they could, like I said, Daredevil isn't known. So unless she goes squeal in her mouth, and even if she goes squeal in her mouth, she's not gonna really have any proof to verify. Oh, Daredevil's back. She's not gonna really have any proof of that. But if just to be fair, if she just gives a whiff of it and Fist just thinks, Daredevil's back. He's sending his task force after him. So,
oh yeah, because he
knows
already told him in that diner. He already told him.
Yeah,
He said,
that's why I said they both had to
"Boy."
understand it. If either person go back in their BS, the other one going after them. So if Fizz just gets a
And
whiff
they
of
both
Daredevil's
think on
pain,
that.
he going after them. But I like to Zell's credit, I don't think he's gonna say anything to him. I don't think she's gonna say anything.
Like I
So
said,
Frank makes sense, or they're just gonna go on like a straight up purge,
hell
so to
against
speak.
Frank, boy.
You know, they showed the video of like random dude with sword and all that kind of stuff. So they may really just go on a purge.
Oh yeah, that swordsman guy. Yeah.
So they may just go on a purge of just getting rid of vigilantes or whatever outright, because you know they're going under the radar because they don't have no body cams. They're controlled by Fisk, so they're going under the radar. So they just probably just gonna outright get rid of vigilantes as they see them. They're just gonna try to stop popping them. So if they see any of them doing vigilante stuff, they're gonna off them. So look for Frank, but I don't know if he's gonna go that far. Muse, look for Muse, and Muse is probably scared right now because Matt found out his little secret lair and beat the crap out of him. So Muse is gonna be a little scared. They probably go after Muse. They might find Matt in the meantime, or they might go after Frank. Either way, I think my guess is gonna be a little purge. Like they're just gonna go through them, and I'm waiting. Now they might save Moon Knight for episode 9, but Moon Knight's in this freaking trailer, so he's gonna be in this somewhere. I don't know if this purge is gonna make him pop out, or he's just gonna be accidentally in New York for whatever reason. He in this. He's somewhere in this.
You better hope you get the nice Moon Knight, because you get the other one, the police ain't gonna make it, dog.
Hold on.
He's coming to God.
I'm just saying, like, you know, they might just screw around and find him by accident, but he's in the trailer. Moon Knight's in this, so they might save for episode 9. They might show him that.
Well, here's the
I'm
other part,
expecting a purge, though. That's my expectation for episode 7, whatever. I think it's gonna be a purge.
Episodes, if it's going to come, but episode 7 is supposed to be when they gonna start off probably looking for Muse, but at the end it's supposed to go after Frank Castle. Yeah, it be. If they do like the comic book, it's gonna be a bloodbath in episode 7.
I ain't gonna lie. If they go after Frank, it's gonna be a bloodbath. And the unfortunate part about that, Matt gonna be split because he ain't gonna. Innocent police, they're not really innocent police, but Matt done took blood. Matt not gonna advocate for just outright murdering the police. He wasn't even for that before. He's not gonna be for it now.
Yo, Frank gonna do work.
So it's gonna be ugly if you do that, because he's not gonna be for outright murdering police. He's not gonna be for that.
Frank, you go at Frank with guns. You better be ready.
Here's my angle. Maybe we are giving these guys too much credit for being bad guys, because my man's light-skinned Idris Elba said this. I'm here in New York because somebody handed an 11-year-old Oxycontin. So, like, if you look at like
he said he encouraged him to confess.
Yep, and then he got rid of him. So he's like, yeah, it was more out there. Not him. Not him. He said at the end, yeah, there was a lot more of those people out there. There's a lot less now, which insinuate I've been offing these mofos. So, you know, basically, I guess these are the crew of the quote unquote Punisher people that's been out here like just getting rid of people. Yeah, they've probably been like police vigilante. We've been out here offing people, you know, on the slick. And Fizz like, I'm just gonna use y'all to be my task force. Now you can off people on the slick and put it under my banner now.
So they're literally what they're fighting against, right?
No, basically. He said they fake.
All vigilante,
which confuses me because that's Frank. He's like, your faces will be seen as heroes. I'm like, Frank face is seen.
Well, no, like, cause what he's saying is like they're gonna be out, like Fisk has been painting vigilantes as a bad thing, so now he's gonna be like, I'm gonna use my task force to quote unquote get rid of, because even though like they might try to arrest them in the papers, they're gonna kill them. So it's like, I'm gonna use y'all faces are gonna be out there as the new vigilante heroes by getting rid of the ones that aren't under my banner. So like, dude with a sword gonna get rid of y'all, and y'all gonna be the ones. Y'all gonna be out here beating down perpetrators just for craps and giggles, and under the banner that we're doing the right thing.
He gotta be sad he can't get Kate though, but he wanted Kate shot him in the face.
Look, I'm a New York citizen, right? I'm a New York citizen. I'm seeing this. I'm gonna come to this conclusion after I get done watching the Giants game. I'm gonna say, damn, ain't these vigilantes too? You can't just go around just killing other people, right? That's what I'm gonna say.
People allowed if you don't believe.
I mean, they're not gonna see him. Only way you're gonna see is if a vigilante is saving you, and then that police gonna come out there and get rid of him. That's the only way you're gonna see him. You're not gonna see. They're not gonna. do it like so much in front of people, but they will get rid of a vigilante if
Y'all
they
better
see them.
watch that BB.
So
Yeah, y'all better watch that BB.
just
Y'all
like
better watch
Hector.
that BB.
I mean, it's just like Hector. Hector, he went out there and somebody popped him in the side of the head. Nobody
Social
saw it.
media gonna get all them. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, it's 2025 superhero vigilantism nowadays, man. They got social media is a big deal, especially we're seeing that in this series. Man, this was gonna pop them off social media, and then somebody gonna try and say, "Oh, that was
I
AI."
do like a lot of the naming in the series.
That was
Like,
AI.
they
That was
got
AI.
They naming all of them, but the thing I'm giving Zelmay credit for, it's gonna pop off like Unico says when they find the wrong vigilante.
Frank,
I don't know if it's gonna
they
be
gonna see
Frank.
blood everywhere.
I don't know if it's gonna be Daredevil. It's gonna be Frank, Daredevil, or Moon Knight. Whichever one they find, it's gonna go pop off because now one of them going down. So it's gonna be if it's Matt, it's just
You
gonna be a
got a
bunch of beat
chance.
down. If it's Moon Knight, if it's Matt, it's gonna be a bunch
Yeah.
of beat downs. If it's Frank, it's gonna be a bloodbath. And if it's Moon Knight, it could be either or depending on who they find.
Depending on which of them three niggas they find.
Because you forget Moon Knight got power. Moon Knight is not a normal vigilante. He do got power. So like
kill you, dog.
it's gonna be ugly because I remember, and I know like y'all seen Moon Knight. You remember that guy? That guy on Demon Time. He don't care that much about humanity like that. He on that kind of energy. So you like, these police want to do that? Stokely, come out and deal with them. It's gonna get ugly. So it's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be pretty. So whichever one they find.
It's a Frank Castle version of the person that is the main character, Moon Knight. It is a Frank Castle, no powers. I'm just about that life.
He came out at the end of the series, boy. And I'm just saying, like, whichever vigilante, that's my thing. Whichever vigilante they find, gonna determine how this gonna go. Gonna get
Hispanic and Muslim. All three.
It's gonna be ugly.
When you turn Spanish,
whichever one they find, boy.
The Jewish, Spanish,
Muslim man, he got like all three
Egyptian. Yeah, that's yeah.
Just saying, whichever one they find, boy, they're gonna find either somebody gonna give them a beat down, somebody will give them a bloodbath, or somebody gonna random. The third one random because it could be a beat down, a bloodbath, or pure mysticism with powers. Who knows? Like I'm telling you, they'll find Moon Knight will turn it from night to day. They'll be looking confused. Like it's just gonna be random. So I don't know. I mean, you gotta remember Moon Knight. If I remember correctly, at the end of the series, Moon Knight turned into as big as a freaking building and fought another god symbol. Like it got wild. It got wild.
Is he street level?
Literally,
do y'all agree, or is he not?
Technically, yeah. It's just the god that gives him his powers beyond some different kind of energy. So it just depends. But he is street level.
For the most part, he's street level. Sometimes he has
wild. So it just depends. I'm afraid for next episode onward.
We're actually worried
on that kind of energy.
We actually worried about the task force this time.
Man, I'm worried about New York because you talking about some social media gonna get viral. It gonna get viral. Whichever one they find, they better hope they find that. They better hope they find that.
If he don't pay Fisk by Friday, Joe gonna see what we talking about.
He gonna smile like he cool with that.
And the little dude, and Joe, you know that little dude with him, the dude the dude who messed up last episode, the little weird looking dude who messed up.
Oh yeah.
By the end of the series, I'm telling you, he gonna be like Penguin to old boy. He gonna grab that shoulder. You gonna see some similar.
I love you, but that's the problem.
You gonna see the same.
Man, to me, it's just like Fisk on that kind of energy. So right now, he might end up going on that spree of getting rid of folks. Like he might even just opt him out. He remember, hey, these folks don't want to pay me my money. All right, cool. Hey, police, I got an anonymous source that it's a whole crime cartel over here. Bring the SWAT. Like it literally might get ugly. So it might get ugly these last 3 episodes. I'ma hope for their sake they find Matt first. Because if they find the other 2, it gonna get nasty.
Frank don't look like he right now.
Hey, if he
looking for one nigga that he can't find right now, he is not in a good mood to be with y'all.
If that nigga from Chicago run into Frank Castle, he gonna be like, "Drop me off in Old Block, please."
Frank Castle different.
Take me back to Old Block, please.
But
I
like I
already
said,
roll
in the
colors.
comics,
Just
he
take.
finds Frank
I
Castle,
take my
and
chances.
they go after Frank first, and that is not.
A nigga that live underground just waiting for you to fuck up so he can kill you.
I know what I will say.
You don't want
As my last thing, the corrupt policeman that's been basically messing with Matt this whole series, he gonna have to get some hands. I already know he is. Like the other one that Matt met up in that apartment in episode 2, he gonna have to get some hands. I know he gonna have to get some hands from Daredevil probably. I don't know when he gonna have to get the hands. I already know what's coming. They teasing a lot of future stuff, so he gonna get them hands.
That is gonna be. Oh, but also, I'm also interested in if he meets Blind Spot again. Look for that too, if from the comics, because that's
supposed to be a big piece.
Muse is different though. Muse is different. But what can they find, y'all?
He ain't gone.
Monroe, what can they find you, my guy?
It's your boy Monray Hudson. Find me everywhere it says Monray Hudson. Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, Threads, as it still exists. And of course, Make It Make Sense, the podcast on Facebook and YouTube. Saturdays, around 5-ish, we here. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Unico, what can they find you?
Hello. You can find me on Unico Williams, UNIQO Williams on YouTube. And then Unico Williams on everything else. We are having a good time with movies, reviews. Also, I'm over on 99 Media, Keep It 99. Keep It 99, that's the channel. Sometimes on Casual Conversations. And man, sometimes I just gotta help my homies and the ladies make it make sense on Saturdays at 5. Playing Final Fantasy, and then we are about to get into Assassin's Creed Shadows. So sorry to all the haters out there, but my black ass gonna play with a black samurai.
By the way, it's one of the most successful Assassin's Creed games.
Elon Musk says it's a terrible game. Fuck him. We know why he said that. He has a child as a human shield. So whatever.
What?
And as we leave off, I give you one sentence to ponder on. What if in like episode 8, Matt accidentally finds Moon Knight himself and thinks he's the enemy, and they get to squaring off their hands?
Daredevil gonna get
hands. I would be a gushing fan if that happens. Oh well,
leave him in the alley, bloody.
I prefer Moon Knight meet Frank again because they have the best banter in comic book history. It's literally the best banter I've ever heard.
Superhumans like this at this point.
Frank be like, "You still?" Moon Knight be like, "You still crazy?" I mean, you still a murderous. And you like, "You still crazy?" He like, "Yeah," and Frank like, "Yeah." That's how they greet each other in the comic book. He be like, "You still crazy?" He like, "You still a murderer?" He like, "Yeah."
Man, hey, y'all better stop doing Frank Castle. You go to therapy for this.
Yeah, my man is not right. Hopefully, I hope we go like the comic book and they see each other.
And where can they see you? Speaking of which,
they can see me right here. Anything you see that, where you see the sign, go to it. When you see the sign, go to it. And Keep It 99, what you see right over there, head, right above Unico's head. Wherever you see that, that's the sign. It's like the back signal. It's like reviews. Power. We hoping to get it on Friday this time. We hoping to get on Friday. Things happen. We hope to get on Friday. Saturday. I'm hoping to do Keep It 99 news after Make It Make Sense or before. We got to get with Unico. We're going to decide a day or whatever. Maybe Friday too. We'll decide on that.
Oh, never let go. We got to talk about Halle Berry.
Yes, I did that. Duplicity. I did a review on it. One of the worst movies ever written in my life. I promise you. Tyler Perry, you should be ashamed of yourself for making that movie. I promise you, it does not make sense. Go watch that review if you want to. I recommend you don't see the movie, so go watch my review instead. It'll be way more. My review was way more entertaining than that movie was because it didn't make a lick of sense and it didn't help nobody. But go check that out. I appreciate y'all. Peace.
Hey, they keep on asking.
Peace.